This could be happening and you would never know about it if someone didn't speak up. And in fact, there are great forces trying to suppress the information. Does that sound familiar to any of us, maybe? We've seen this, of course, with pedophile priests, and I mean, it's rampant. Any institution that has power over people, traditionally, historically, has somehow, usually at one point, abused that power. So this sort of thing is still happening, and these people are here to say that it needs the light of justice needs to be shined on some of these abuses that are still taking place even today.
I went there when I was 12 years old. I thought I was going to visit relatives, and my parents had heard about this school from Calvary Chapel, and I thought I was going to visit relatives, and I wasn't. I drove up and saw a barbed wire fence, and that was when I was 12 years old, and I ended up staying there for 4 years. But what brought me to that school, there was a lot of family molestation going on, and there was a lot of things that I needed to keep quiet about. So this was an easy solution for my family to keep my mouth shut.
Teen behavioral modification industry is a billion-dollar business. By the way, it's protected by church-state separation for the religious schools. For some of the non-religious boot camps, they operate in Mexico or outside of the USA to avoid arrest on abuse charges. And then there are other non-religious teen gulags, as they're coming to be known, that are still surviving within the U.S. because allegedly many of our wonderful public officials, both Republicans and Democrats, have alleged to have taken kickbacks from some of these abusive places.
It is. They're making money off this.
That's true.
So it's easier to shove it under the carpet, to make it stagnant, because, you know, all this, they'll lose money if all those places get shut down. And that's what we're about, you know, uniting all the survivors, bringing awareness about this issue, because it's still going on. And we want to unite with everybody and all the survivors.
I went straight to the get right room. I felt like if I didn't tell them that I believed in God and that Jesus was my Savior, that I would be locked up in the get right room.
If you do something that they feel is worthy, they would put you in something called the get right room or the timeout room. They would label it different in different facilities, but it was complete isolation. So you were slowly conformed to their way of thinking. And so when you were let out of the facility, you were afraid. You were afraid to go out into the world because they had put this fear of God in you.
Because of the lack of medical attention, some of the victims at these places have been known to attempt suicide, because if somebody attempts suicide, they have to be taken away. And
I was witness to 2 suicides. I was actually buddy to 2 girls that came in. One girl, she threw a fire extinguisher. All the doors and windows and everything is locked, so you have to have a set of keys in order to move around the facility. And this girl threw a fire extinguisher through the window, and she took the glass and she was cutting her wrist, and I had to jump on her and pin her down in order for her to not take her own life. And another girl who, this was right before I left, I was also buddying her because she was brand new. She drank, she was in the laundry room. And the only reason why she was in the laundry room was because of me, because I was, you know, at that time I was just about ready to leave, so I was up in the ranks, you know. And so she drank bleach, and I'm sorry, it's very hard for me to talk about. I had to stick my finger down her throat and make her literally gag to get all of the bleach out, or she would have died. And they didn't take her to the hospital. They didn't take Mercedes to, well, I don't want to mention her name, but the girl who cut her wrist. They didn't want to take her to the hospital, so I was there to tend.
The efforts of all of us coming together through Facebook and the internet and banging the drums to get our stories known has actually been paying off. ABC News and Mother Jones have both produced articles that included profiles of our members, and both ABC and Mother Jones have mentioned our group, and more importantly, a convention we plan on having in February the 24th through the 26th in 2012.
February 2012 in Long Beach, California, survivors who were abused as children in private child care facilities will come together for healing, empowerment, and to share their stories with the world.
It's just going to take all of us coming together, united with one voice, literally united with one voice, and I believe, we can get this passed.
Our members and survivors have started getting on board the print-on-demand books. And the latest one is from New Bethany, and this is literally, it's a Lulu. It's a Lulu book, and it's called New Bethany, Picture Perfect on the Outside, Let Us Take You Inside. And we have many other books because we got Reform at Victory, which may or may not be a print-on-demand book. We have another one here, American Gulag. And this woman, Alexis Parks, will be at our convention as well.
What I want to do is just bring about awareness and empowerment and healing for those who have been in this type of circumstance.
And this will be the first time survivors of many different facilities have come together in one place for healing, empowerment, and to tell their stories to the world. While we're making progress getting our story known, we really need help on as many different levels as we can. And if there's any way, anyone here who's in the audience or who might be listening to us on YouTube or any social networking site, if there's anyone here or out there who would be able to help us, either with our book project, fundraising, getting word out to the media, counseling victims, and anything else I'm not thinking of, please, by all means, let us know. Visit our website at SIA-now.org. Think of it as StopInstitutionalAbuseNow.org.